This is video number 2 of the supply side policies mini-series. That's unit 2.6 of the IB Economics macroeconomics syllabus. In this video, I will focus specifically on interventionist supply side policies. So, interventionist supply side policies, what are they? Essentially, they are deliberate attempts by the government to correct market failures in the economy and increase the productive capacity of the economy. That's why they're called interventionist. They are deliberate interventions by the government to either correct market failures and or increase the productive capacity of the economy. There are 4 types of interventionist supply side policies. The first one is investment in human capital. So investment in education and training in making the labor force more productive. Investments in new technology. Investments in infrastructure and something that we call industrial policies. In the next few slides, I will discuss all of these interventionist supply side policies. But remember that all of these interventionist supply side policies will increase aggregate demand in the short run, so the AD curve will shift in the short run, and the LRAS curve will shift in the long run. So remember which curves shift and in which time frame. So as you can see, this is what it would look like. In the short run, the AD curve will shift from AD to ADSR, and notice I labeled in the short run. And then in the long run, the LRAS curve will shift from LRAS to LRAS-LR. Now, because the long run aggregate supply curve has shifted, that is just merely a new short run. You've entered a new short run, so the SRAS curve will also shift because now there has been a growth in the productive capacity and the potential output of the economy. So essentially, you've moved from this black equilibrium here that I'm circling. In the short run, due to the increase in AD, you've arrived at this sort of red equilibrium. But in the long run, because the productive capacity of the economy has expanded, you've arrived in this new blue equilibrium. So you should be able to see the movements and talk about them in the different time frames. So let's have a look at each of the interventionist supply side policies mentioned. So investments in human capital is the first type. Any investment in the education and training of the labor force will raise the level of human capital. This will make your workforce more productive and more efficient. And this will increase the productive capacity of the economy. And that's why governments spend so much money on schools and hospitals to make the labor force healthier, and universities and training programs. This investment in human capital will increase the productive capacity of the economy in the long run. Investments in new technology. Any policies that encourage research and development and the innovation and invention of new technologies will lead to increased efficiency and increased productivity, and will also increase the productive capacity of the economy. The third type is investments in infrastructure. So increased and improved infrastructure like building better roads, better canals, highways, airports, ports, electricity and telecommunications networks. All of these investments in infrastructure are designed to make it easier to trade and to make it easier to make the factors of production more mobile. And this should increase the productive potential of the economy and increase its efficiency in the long run. The last type of interventionist supply-side policies is industrial policies. These are policies that target specific industries through things like tax cuts, tax allowances, and subsidized lending. Industrial policies will promote growth in the key areas of the economy, and thus will increase the productive potential of the economy in the long run. Now remember, all of these interventionist supply-side policies will increase aggregate demand in the short run, and then they will increase long-run aggregate supply in the long run.